Have you ever wondered about the rich history of Gambia? Nestled on the west coast of Africa, this small nation has a history as vibrant as the colorful wax fabrics worn by its people. The first written records of the region are traced back to the 9th and 10th centuries, penned by Arab traders. Fast forward to medieval times, the area was a hub of the trans-Saharan trade under the rule of the Mali Empire. As we journey into the 16th century, the Songhai Empire took the reins. The first Europeans to lay eyes on the Gambia River were the Portuguese, who visited in 1447. Despite their attempts to settle along the river banks, no significant settlement was established. Yet descendants of these Portuguese settlers lingered until the 18th century. An interesting twist came in the late 16th century when English merchants reported the Gambia as a river of secret trade and riches, concealed by the Portuguese. As we move into the 17th century, the French made attempts to settle the Gambia, but to no avail. English expeditions between 1618 and 1621, including under Richard Jobson, were met with significant losses. However, the English merchants of the Commonwealth sent expeditions to the Gambia in 1651, only to have their ships captured by Prince Rupert the following year. Meanwhile, the Coronian colonization of the Gambia had begun in 1651, with forts and outposts erected on several islands. The Courlanders remained dominant until 1659, when their possessions were handed over to the Dutch West India Company. Yet, the Courlanders resumed possession in 1660, only to be expelled by the newly formed Royal Adventurers in Africa Company the following year. In 1667, the Gambia Adventurers sublet the rights of the Royal Adventurers to the Gambia. This marked the start of a century-and-a-half-long struggle between the English and French for supremacy over the Gambia and Senegal. Through all the captures and recaptures, the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713 recognized the British rights to the region. By the mid-18th century, the Royal African Company began to flounder financially, and in 1750, Parliament stripped the company of its rights in the region. The Crown took possession of the territory in 1766, making it part of the Senegambia colony. However, by 1783, Senegambia ceased to exist as a British colony. Following the end of the Napoleonic Wars, Alexander Grant was sent to re-establish a presence in the Gambia. He built Bathurst, and the British possessions continued to grow in size through a series of treaties. It was administered from Sierra Leone until 1843, when it was given its own governor, but in 1866 merged again with Sierra Leone. The cession of the Gambia to France was proposed in the late 19th century, but was met with considerable protest in both the Gambia and in England. In 1888, the colony regained its own government structure, and in 1894 the Gambia Colony and Protectorate was properly established along the lines it would continue to hold until independence. Our journey through the history of the Gambia reveals a tale of power struggles, resilience, and the fight for identity. From Arab traders through medieval empires, European settlers, and colonial rule, the Gambia's history is a rich tapestry of events that have shaped the nation we see today. This is just the tip of the iceberg, and there's so much more to discover about this fascinating country. So stay curious and keep exploring the pages of history.